have her stand while I go get my helmet and the mounting block. Good girl. I really advocate using a mounting block when you mount your horses. It's so much easier on their bodies. It's really hard on their shoulders when we're mounting from the ground, though I think you should be able to mount your horse from the ground. When you have the opportunity, do use a mounting block. It's a lot easier for your horses. I'm also an advocate of helmets. I always wear a helmet with the horses that are in training. Can I have your nose, please? Good girl. And I grab a little rein and mane, and I just hop up. Good girl. Now, what I do, the first thing that I do, is I go to the safe and loving place that I taught her on the ground. Remember your one-rein stop on the ground? Now we're going to translate that under the saddle. So I'm going to slide my hand down about 18 inches where I did before. I'm going to let go of that outside rein. I'm going to lean back and pull her nose to me. And then I'm going to hold on to that rein, and I'm going to reach down and lever her up. I'm reminding her this is the safe and loving place we go when we're in the saddle now. Remember, we did it on the ground. Now we do it in the saddle. And I only do this once when I first get on, just a reminder of who I am. And I'm waiting for her to give that nose gently. There, good girl. And I immediately release that rein. Now what I do on one side, I'm going to do on the other. And she's prepared for that. She's done it before. So I'm just going to reach down and lever up. Good girl. This is the safe and loving place we go. And give me that nose. Very nice. And I release. Good girl. So now we're going to take a couple of steps out in a walk. And I just need that nose there. Good girl. And, oh, I didn't ask yet. Good job. And she's still learning. She's only been under saddle for a couple of weeks. So she's still learning her brakes, her go button, and her steering. But she's doing pretty good. So we're going to walk out. Going to walk out. And walk out. There, girl. Go forward. You see, you have to use my body with her because she's still learning. And I'm going to do a one-rein stop to the left. And I'm going to put my foot back where my thumb was. And I'm going to point at that butt. Good girl. And I release my foot. And I wait. There. And she's soft. And then I released her head. Do not release your horse's nose until their feet stop moving. When I put my foot back here, she wasn't disengaging quick enough. So that's why I used my finger and pointed at that bottom and gave that kissing noise. Remember yielding hindquarters. That's what I did. And when I'm first teaching a horse to go and to stop, I really don't worry about the steering so much. So I'm allowing her to just kind of meander about. And there's a little secret I'm going to tell you. Something I've learned. When I'm first teaching a horse to go and to stop, if I don't make a big deal of where we go, it allows the horse to check out the arena and to not be afraid of things. If I'm forcing the horse to go to scary spots in the arena, then that's just reinforcing the fear. But if I allow the horse to just kind of meander while I'm working on the go and the stop, then the next thing I've found is the horse is no longer scared of that spot that they were telling me they were scared of. So I just let it go. And you'll be amazed how quickly your horse overcomes the scary places if you just let them meander around, and they'll figure out that those places really aren't very scary after all. Good girl. Now when you do a one-rein stop, you don't want to pull across your belly. You don't want to pull way up high. You want to reach down and pull to your hip and lean back. If you're leaning forward and doing a one-rein stop, you're giving a horse a mixed signal. They're thinking forward means go, and you're leaning forward and pulling back. That's a mixed signal. What are you trying to tell your horse? That's very confusing. Your body has to match the signal you're conveying. So I want a one-rein stop. I'm going to lean back and I'm going to pull to my hip, never across my belly, and I'm never going to pull that nose higher than my knee. That's how you tip a horse over. If you were to yank and pull up, you're going to throw your horse off balance. That horse is going to fall down right on you. So you want to make sure that you never pull the nose past your knee. You just want to pull it down to your toe. And then she's to give on her own. Very good. She's to give on her own. Very nice. A real good exercise for you with your horse is to stand in your saddle. Right here in that wither area is the center of gravity for your horse. And it's very good for your balance as well as your horse's balance. When I start asking her for a trot and I start posting, it's going to be comfortable for her. It's not going to be a surprise. It's not going to be scary when I start popping up and down with her. She's going to see me going up and down, and that's going to be okay. So I like to exercise by standing in that saddle, good girl, and keeping myself in that center of gravity. And I just relax my body. I sit deep in that saddle and I ask. The key is to ask nicely, and then amp your pressure if you need to. Applied measure of pressure. If your horse isn't responding, you ask nicely, and then you increase the pressure until you get what you've asked for, and instantly drop that pressure and appreciate that horse. Good girl. Very good.